I'm talking to Tobias Kronenwett of sonoVTS. Toby, hi.
I am.
What technology trends are you expecting to see at IBC this year?
I think this year IBC, everything is wrapped out around IP for sure. That will be the main topic at IBC.
Yep,
Yeah.
sure. And how do you fit into the...
Well, with our range of displays, we are presenting at IBC with a full IP integration. So we are really doing a native IP interface into a display, which is, I would say, at the moment unique in the market. So there's nobody else doing it really.
And your HDQ Live range does compressed as well as uncompressed, doesn't it?
Well, it takes everything uncompressed, 22.6 or 2110 if it comes to 4K, and compressed TICO or VC2.
Terrific.
Takes every flavor. Yeah.
And your 2110 ready?
We're 2110 ready. We're just building the first truck, uncompressed 2110, which will be installed as we do the truck, of course, with our displays.
Terrific, terrific. You recently established a business development department, so you're looking to move outside the direct broadcast industry?
Bit of a different way of doing things. At the moment we're really focused on a German-speaking market, let's say. So we're doing Germany, Austria, Switzerland. We do international projects from time to time, but I would say the main focus is to get in the next 5 years to let's say 50% German-speaking to 50% abroad business.
And that's primarily around systems integration and particularly trucks, is it?
It's basically around displays, system integration. I think with trucks, it's really difficult. You can't get really tailor-made trucks delivered to whatever Vietnam or so. So there we have the Roadrunner, which is a kind of the off-the-shelf truck. So we can offer it to customers. It's pre-built. You can get it in a really short lead time. And this is something we focus on. And then, of course, the displays internationally and also the rental business. So we do system rental for whatever, HBS, Olympics. We just did the G20 summit for the NDR in Germany. Okay. So, yeah.
And the business around systems, around trucks, around new studios, live event fixtures, is that business growing or do you see development there?
I would say the studio business is getting, if you just take particularly studios, it's getting really difficult when it comes to IP, because you got all these IT companies now moving in. As the backbone becomes IP, of course, there's different players now on the market. Okay. When it comes to truck, I would say the business is still growing. I mean, in Germany, we have seen a peak around the Football World Cup in 2006. That was kind of the peak time. But now everybody's refurbishing trucks, building new trucks, because 4K or HDR is the new UHD, the new topics. But I would say globally, the truck market is still growing because, I mean, there's more and more content to be produced, to be delivered, and somebody has to do it. So there will be trucks days. But I would say if you take the global amount of budget, it's the same, but you have to provide more trucks for the same budget. So you get smaller, more efficient trucks and so on.
You mentioned the Ultra HD and 4K and HDR. Are people talking seriously about these things now?
I think they have to. I mean, 4K, I think it's a bit like HD and 3G in the beginning. In the beginning, it was really difficult to do it. It was difficult to produce it. It was bandwidth and so on. So I would say it's a thing that now nobody wants to be unprepared. So everybody wants to be the best, wants to have the best preparation or groundwork in the truck, in the studio that's possible, just to make sure that in another 2 or 3 years' time the truck is still be able to be rented out or whatever used. So, yeah.
Sure. You're in Hall 8 at IBC, 8.B44. What will you have on the stand? What will
well, we have on the stand, we will have our big monitor wall. So we'll have our new range of displays and a big monitor wall. We will have an interop with Labo equipment on our stand, because Labo is basically, we're just back to back. There's a bit of a small corridor in between, but we're literally back to back with them. Then we have interops at the Axon booth. We will have different other interops. We're just finalizing, and we will make people known, but it's bigger companies, so things get slower and more corporate before you can announce them. And the most important one, we will have beer from the tap at 5 o'clock every evening. Bavarian beer from the tap.
I was going to ask you what you're most looking forward to, but I can tell it is that 5 o'clock moment.
Yeah. And in Germany, there's always somewhere in the world, there's always 5 o'clock, so you can start earlier.
That's terrific. Thank you very much indeed, Toby. I look forward to seeing you in Amsterdam in September.
Looking forward to see you, at least for the 5 o'clock beer there.
At least for the 5 o'clock beer.
Perfect. Thank you very much.